What's up, everybody? So I wasn't gonna do a review again today until I actually had a great morning and treated myself to something my wife is probably gonna kill me for if she knew how much I paid for it. Anyway, YOLO. So check it out. Before I get started, like I always do, I just want to let you guys know that I am the most what's the word I'm looking for? Non-expert bourbon scotch review person that you guys are gonna watch ever. I'm learning, and it's a very fun and intoxicating learning experience. But nonetheless, what I usually do is I usually review scotch and or bourbons that are under the $40 price tag. I've got a few in my pantry that I haven't even opened yet, and I'll get to those. But lately, I've been on this. You know, I like the more the cheaper pours. I like them. I really do. I really do. It's budget friendly. It gets to the point. Some of them suck. Some of them have been very, very surprising. Okay, so I like those, and I also see a lot of people, you know, drinking the more expensive stuff. Kind of being snooty about that shit. I don't care about that, whatever. If it's good, it's good. If it costs a lot, it costs a lot. I'm not the type that'll go out and spend, I don't know, a shit ton on one bottle and then just kind of nurse that bitch for like months. I don't have it like that. I could, I just don't. I prefer not to. Before I get started though, also, I have this Dos77 by Chogui. It is a new size that they introduced. There was the Robusto and the Lonsdale, but this is a new size that came out. It is the Toro. It's 6" by 50 ring gauge. We're looking at Dominican wrapper, Dominican Criollo, 98 binder with Dominican and Corojo Habana fillers. It's really fucking good, and it pairs great with this special review of a bourbon that I went to buy. I read a review online about this bourbon, and they didn't like it. They were like, "Oh, for the proof of it and the cost of it, I expected so much more." See, that's what fucking happens when you spend a whole bunch of motherfucking money on drink. Your expectations go real high. And I get it. I have expectations of shit. I have expectations. I have high expectations of shit. I'm often disappointed. But I also understand that not all high price shit is good. You know? I like my cigars to be $15 or less. Hell, one of the best cigars I ever smoked cost me $8. So, also one of the best cigars I ever smoked cost me $40, but whatever. So what I did was I went to the store, I talked to the clerk or the guy that works there that runs this thing, and I asked him about this bottle, and I asked him why it was the only one that he had. And he tells me, he says, "You know, the truth is that I did not know if anybody would take the bottle, so I only get one." I'm like, man. So I'm guessing he didn't order it from the distributor. I'm guessing he found it at another store and brought it to the store to see if anybody would pay for it. It's been sitting there for about 3 weeks, and I've been eyeballing that bitch. Finally, I went and bought it. I did sample it before I hit record on this this phone, and on the first sip, like hair grew on my chest. You know, I got like I told y'all before, I got one hair on my chest. Now I got 2 hairs on my chest. My sinuses cleared up, you know what I'm saying? Like instantly, any stress that I had going on inside my head kind of just was like, psh, and I love it. And that's a fucking problem because I will probably never buy the fucking bottle again. So I guess I'm nursing it. Anyway, what I'm talking about, and I don't know a lot about it. I don't know a lot about the company. I don't know a lot about it at all. I ain't even do that much fucking research. I'll pull up the first thing on Google to see what another person talked about. But this is what I got. It's Stag Junior. I'm gonna read the label. Stag Junior, American Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now I ain't gonna lie. When I got the bottle, I never really read the label, except for I saw Stag, and I instantly thought of George C. Stagg bourbons, because, I mean, from what I see, it's a big fucking deal. So I was like, well, let me get, I see Stag, it's gotta be good. Label says 65.95% alcohol by volume. I didn't see that shit till I got home, y'all, for real. 131.9 proof. Barrel proof. It says it right here. Unfiltered as well. So real quick what I read is let's see, this was first released back in August of 2013. It used to be priced a lot more. See that? But I got this bottle. It used to be priced at like 100 and something, $150. But I got this bottle for $60, 60 bucks. That's not bad. Let's see what else. It says here that it's released throughout the year in very small batches. So, you know, at one point it was hard to find, and now it's like you can find it anywhere, except for the store where I just bought this bottle because that was the only one they got. So, like I said, I sipped it. Actually, I don't hardly ever sip it. I took a swig of it, right? And that shit hit me so good, like in all the right ways. I know that sounds weird, but it did. Check it out. There's the color on it. That cigar wants to go out on me so bad. Give me a second. That bitch alive now. All right, so here we go. There's the color on it. Let's see if I can get. It's dark, y'all. It's darker. It's dark. It's darker than Scotch, and it's darker than some of the other bourbons that I've had. I'm pretty sure there might be some color. There's some color added to it, but it's got a burnt orange. It's got a. We're talking 131.9 proof, I think it said. 131.9 proof. Barrel strength. When I think barrel strength, I'm thinking like they just took a barrel and just poured that shit in a bottle and capped it. Just like that. Fuck it. But I also think of a high heat factor, like on the nose, and I'm not getting a lot of that spice. Let me taste it. Now, if you actually hold this up to the light, it's thick. Swirl it around a little bit, see what the legs do. It's thick. Like, I'm sure if I added ice or a little bit of cold water to it, it would get even foggier, but it's thick. Ooh, is that ooh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once upon a time when I was playing football in middle school, I was a fullback, and they called a 31 dive. And I was stocky. I was stocky as fuck. And I hit that hole, man. I hit that hole, and fucking linebacker was sitting right there waiting for my ass, and he fucking drilled me. I mean, he truck sticked my ass, right? to the point where I lay there and it was completely dark. I thought maybe I was dying and this was like the portal to heaven. It was completely fucking dark though. But I couldn't catch my breath. Like I couldn't catch my breath. That's what this shit reminds me of. I went on to score like 2 more touchdowns after that, but that's what this reminds me of. Oh, and I couldn't see because my helmet was twisted to the side and I had a little metal taste in my mouth, and that was blood coming out my nose. Whatever. Anyway, so on the tongue there, on the palate, on the palate, I've got a fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit. It's not necessarily like that pears and apples type shit, but more like I don't know, name some darker fruit. Well, what's a dark fucking fruit? Plums are dark, right? But it's not, and it's not grapes. I mean, red grapes, that's wine and shit. I knew it. Damn it. I think it's got a dark fruit to it. I don't know that many dark fruits, but it also has a chocolate, like maybe a dark chocolate. Nobody likes dark chocolate though, right? I mean, it depends on how you dress it up. A good dark chocolate, not that semi-sweet shit, like a good one, if there even is one. Something like that, that doesn't make it bad. That doesn't make it bad. But I'm gonna tell you what it does have in it. It has what I love about Scotch, which is heat. I love the peaty smokiness of Scotch, especially like I've had some pretty good Scotches here in the last few weeks. But say for instance, Ardbeg, I just discovered that, and that shit was fucking delicious. It's like one of the peatiest, smokiest Scotches I've had. So it has a little heat on it. This, as a bourbon, has a heat on it that kind of punches you in the chest and twists your fucking lid around a little bit. And I love that shit. I love that shit. I like wine. So if I want something super fruity, I'll go get a fucking wine, red wine. Now, for a bourbon, I do like for it to have that subtle sweetness, but I also like for it to have that mama said knock you out shit. And that's what this Stag Junior 131.9 proof Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey has, and I am in love with it. I am in love with it. The other store that I usually go to get my drinks does not have it in stock. One store that I go to where I got this Stag has a heavy inventory of bourbons, a heavy inventory of tequila and vodka, weak ass beer selection. Let's see, weak ass wine selection. Now, the other store that I go to is called Lotus Liquors, which is under new management. It's kind of threw me through a loop, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys keep your fucking prices where they are, because you guys are the lowest in town, and that's why I fucks with you. Lotus has like an outside of the Scotch, because they have all the good fucking Scotch. They have a wide variety of blended whiskeys and just it's outstanding. I know you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but if you live where I live, then that's where you fucking go. But yeah, so there you have it. I ain't got much else to say because I'm gonna do another review here in a couple hours. That's if I can even talk or even see straight. So, Stag Junior. 65.95 alcohol by volume, 131.9 proof. Guess where this comes from? Just did a review on it. Buffalo Trace Distilleries. I'm digging it. I love it. I'm gonna pour me some more. But I'm gonna stop this video first, because if I pour some more now, then this video is gonna be 37 minutes long.